Hello everyone, and welcome to week 3 of the online course development program. It was a great pleasure to meet you all and get you together in our group session last Friday. So you can expect a video from me every Monday, recapping what we did in class, providing any resources that we talked about in class, as well as introducing the next week. So as you know, we're 1 week behind the semester, so we're in week 3 within our shared shell, and I'll give you a little walkthrough of where we are in that as well. So each week you can expect to see this. So last week was week 2, and we're finishing up your objectives in our workbook, as well as putting your faculty bio up into your course shell, into your development shell. Starting up this week, within our shared shell, we're looking at the developing of your online assessments. So I'm just going to pop over to our shared shell. So here we are, and as I said, under weekly topics, we've already did a bit with our outcome objectives, finalized those, and now we're looking at developing our online assessments. Each week you'll have an introduction, the learning objectives for this week, as well as work to do, and you will be directed back to your workbook to work on different things. There's some great links in this week, some common pitfalls for online course design as related to assessments. You're going to do a course map and link back your assessments to your outcomes, as well as we have some sample assignments, both within Turnitin, the traditional Blackboard assignment, looking at Respondus, some tips and tricks with the performance dashboard of keeping ourselves all on track. So that's within our shared Blackboard shell for this week. This week in class coming up, so this Friday, is an overview of Blackboard features for online teachers. That will be facilitated by Gordon Ma. It is recommended to bring your laptop if you do have one. If you don't have one available to you, please let me know, and I will get some. And he's going to be sort of mapping out the rest of the Blackboard sessions that we have together, gathering needs and setting up some individualized training for you, depending on what it is that you need. He's also going to do a review of different technologies within Blackboard that our other online teachers are using with some success and some common pitfalls. Each week I'm also going to be sending out some different things that people are doing online that are working very well, and one thing we're seeing work very well is the use of what we're calling worksheets or think sheets, and I have touched on this before, but I wanted to show you some examples, and they will be attached to this email of what our online teachers are using these for. So we have 3 different examples of how people are using worksheets. This one is from a gender and ethics online course, and this teacher has where the students are to read articles and then answer questions. And this particular teacher does collect these, and they're given sort of a participation mark, but also it helps them in their studying. Now here's a simpler version. Now this is when students are watching various videos and things throughout the course shell. So this teacher sets their weekly learning up into sections. So section A, here's some things they need to do, and then there could be videos or readings, and here's some more information that they have to collect throughout. So the third example is a much more detailed example. So this teacher has them answering questions throughout the entire week. So this teacher will tell you, this is an accounting course, that these take a long time to set up. So this course did not have a textbook with activities, so the teacher has set them up throughout, and for each and every week they have these to work through, and again they're directed back and forth the same way you're directed back and forth from your workbook to the online work. Same with this one. Now the teacher here does collect these and marks them. They do get a mark for completing them or not completing them, and they can also use them in their final exam. So there's 3 different examples. They are attached to this email, so you can take a look at them in more depth. So the last thing for just getting you started on week 3 is we did touch on this quickly in our group session, but the importance of gathering media resources. So these could be, depending on your subject area, they could be TED Talks, National Geographic Education, PBS videos, YouTube videos, but just getting in the process of either mapping out your topics or your weeks or your objectives in some type of document, a Word document, Google Docs, whatever makes sense for you, and then just start collecting these links. If you see a video that you think you could use to transfer some of that lecture material to, start collecting those and grabbing those now. Spend a little bit of time thinking about where you get your resources from, and collecting those. That's a good step to be taking right now. A lot of people say to me in the first few weeks, I don't feel like I'm doing anything, like I'm not building, but a lot of times you're thinking, you're re-examining your course through a new lens, and you're collecting information. So that's something to be considering this week as well. So that's it for looking at week 3. I just wanted to do a bit of a recap from our group session, which I thoroughly enjoyed. So I asked you one thing that you're excited about and one thing that you're nervous about. Then I've collected those in, this is a Wordle, which the link will be within your email as well. So a Wordle is just a way to visually organize words, and with Wordle, the more often a word is entered, the larger it'll be. So when I asked you what you're excited about, these are the answers I got, that it might be something to help the program, either that the program's fully online or the program doesn't have anything online. So looking at ways of helping the program. The use of new technology, something new, something different, the whole process of working with myself and Mark, using new media, and the biggest one was learning. So more people mentioned learning, for example, than did media. So that was great to see. And then for the nervous about, you'll see some of the same things that we're excited about, we're also nervous about. It's new and it's different. The technology is a big one. The biggest one was change, that this is something different. How am I going to transfer this over? Moving away from lecture. Big concern about, I don't want it to be boring. Is my computer going to be able to stand up? Do I have the right system to be able to do this? And also another big one was testing online. So I have made note of that and talked to Gord about that he will be talking about testing in the online environment. The other piece that we talked about was the learning-centered environment. And I'm going to attach to this email the document you were working with, so you can take a look at that again. But basically is looking at, well, what is my role as a teacher? What is the role of my content? And what does that look like in an online course? And we're going to get more and more into these other two as we go through. So that's all I have for you right now. We'll see you on Friday. If you have any questions or concerns over the week, please let me know. And I'm looking forward to seeing you again on Friday. If you're not going to be able to meet us in person, just let me know and we can set up a virtual meeting as well. Thanks everyone, and chat soon.